Hey, I'm going to do another free commercial here. And no, I'm not getting paid for this. See that stuff? Well, this is a solid rig, and she is really running good. I mean, really sweet with the new engine. I got to put that cap back on while I see it. I took this to a shop, and this is how incompetent boobs are. We're fixing the remnants of AutoZone when I went down in the hole and twisted the crankshaft on this thing when I came back from Ohio. As I said, I ran this truck about 24 hours straight without shutting it off in almost the same kind of weather that we're having right now. But, and that's how long this stuff. Those rotors and brake pads that I bought, they were fairly quality stuff. But like these rotors, not the rotors, but the hubs. Okay, here's the Orange Menace. Yeah. He has everybody that comes here in love with him, wants to take him home. You want to get spritzed. You're already the same color as this stuff. I don't think it'll matter. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm doing this. But anyway, our local property manager for where the AutoZone's located in that mall out there, he's a slumlord, Rocco Okuro here in Hazleton. They wonder why they have fires at these malls, and the parking lots look like they got shelled. I mean, we left Beirut and Lebanon in better shape. But anyway, she needs an upper ball joint. You see, I just had her exhaust fixed, and they did a really, really beautiful job. But they were so overwhelmed with work, and they had to keep setting jobs aside. Yeah, I use the old pipes, but she needed a mid-pipe under here. I don't know if you can see it, but she needed a mid-pipe. I'm not even looking at the viewfinder, but they did a beautiful job up there. But he told me it was the hub. So I went out and bought a hub. And now I call AutoZone, and they went $85 for a ball joint. I mean, I will admit the stuff on Rock Auto is not the best, but I can get a Moog for I think it's 26 bucks on eBay. But, I mean, this is ridiculous stuff. Now, you guys, when you have a stuck-on brake rotor, all it takes is your angle grinder, and I would suggest a 6-inch disc. I pretty much cut right through that, as you can see. That's how you dislodge a stuck-on brake rotor from the hub. So I'm going to put that in a bag and just keep that for prosperity. The hub is not bad. It's the ball joint. So I'm going to heat that up with my torch, maybe hope to get a little bit of grease and tighten it up a little bit. But this is the stuff that you've got to put up with sloppy work. And see, when it went down in the hole, they replaced, allegedly, they put a used control arm on with the new ball joints. And they didn't tell me which arm was damaged, the upper or the lower control arm. So they just said it was fixed. I picked it up, and evidently that ball joint it was bad then, if it's bad now, because I've driven this truck a total of half a dozen times down to the grocery store and once or twice over to Harbor Freight. And the holes in the road up here, I admit, are atrocious. That's 90% of it is the state. Our Jewish governor there gave himself a 21% pay raise. And these roads, this whole state looks like shit. It's falling apart. And we citizens have to pay for it. And then they want you to pay all your bills and your taxes. I say fungu to them. I'll tell you, I'm so disgusted with Pennsylvania. And especially the criminality that's out there in Harrisburg. But this is what you get. But I just wanted to let you know about that RP342. When you live in these Rust Belt states and everything wants to corrode. I've been going a new distance. I'm not fond of oily stuff. But as far as what it's been doing for my trucks, the last 4 or 5 years that I've been using wool wax products, fluid film, and this stuff, you can't beat it, especially for the salt rust in that. You just can't beat it. When you take that apart 10 years later, it'll still look fairly preserved. It actually melts into the metal and stays with it. Not so much new metal, but if you have something that's semi-corroded, that stuff, especially if you put wool wax over it, you're going to be doing yourself a favor. So I'm going to end my video and just let you know that this is the kind of work that people do, and then you find out later they build you they knocked your balls out of the box. It was just kind of like my Ford. I picked it up and he told me he fixed the transmission. Never used the fluid or anything. Never used the gaskets. Just slapped it back together with silicone, and it was still leaking like a sieve because he couldn't discover the crack in the trans adapter. That has a divorce transfer case, that Ford down there. But I got it back, and it was dumping fluid out just as bad as when it left here. And he says, I don't know what the hell he charged me, like $4.25 to. I don't have a lift. I wish I did. I'm a thorough mechanic, but that's why they don't want to hire guys like me. And that's why I got to live with a shithouse of a workbench like this. Some of this stuff's got to go. It's just that I keep fixing broken stuff. I take stuff to get it fixed. That's, look at that. That's a 1999 snowblower, made in 1999. I don't keep my stuff like other people. I wipe it off. I take care of it. I use those products on it. But I just can't keep nothing fixed and on the road. And there's still, Allstate is still screwing me on the Rogue. I did manage to get the parts. The parts came, but I'm getting ready for this big Arctic storm that's coming. And it is cold out here. I've got my fur-lined jock strap on, and it's still not enough. I'm thinking about sticking something hot down there, but I don't want roasted, you know what. All right, I got to go, and I got to keep my truck fixed.